Hey everyone, my name is Sam and thanks for checking out my video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. So 2017 was fantastic and horrible in some ways. Fantastic in the amount of books that I bought. Horrible on the amount of money I spent doing that. So 2017 is like my first full year as like an adult living in a stable geographic place with a actual income above minimum wage. And I finally got to do reading. Like I only have one job now. I don't have 5 while going to school full time. So this is just a really cool year where I got to read and buy lots of books. And some of them, like their content aside, despite most of these are actually like books I really enjoyed, their covers. I get really tired of covers in YA, especially that just have like a half person with their face looking at you. Falling Kingdoms, Throne of Glass, anything by Cinda Williams, Chima Now, all that stuff. I am really excited about these like artistic-y books that they clearly put a lot of time and thought into, especially books that like the cover, you see it and you're like, oh, that's pretty. And then you read the book and you're like, the cover is perfect. So I actually got it down to a list of 7 books that I just like had my breath catch when I saw the cover of. So the first pretty book cover that I bought this year was Odd and True by Kat Winters. This book itself was really cool. It's one of the very few books that I've actually read, not even just owned, but like read that has someone with physical disabilities. It is a kind of dark demon hunting, but it also does a lot of evaluating of like the role of and expectations of women in this time period. And there's like an unplanned pregnancy and family drama and all that stuff. I did actually really enjoy this book. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting, not as much demon hunting as I thought, but the sister relationship in this is just so heartwarming, and I would absolutely recommend this book. But firstly, like just thinking design-wise, the cover is really cool looking, and it really does a good job of representing what the characters are described to look like in the book. Then under the cover, this was like when I saw this, because I bought this book offline because my bookstore didn't have it, so I didn't even see the undercover till it showed up. It is red and it's shiny, got the title right here and the title red shiny on the spine. So pretty. And then underneath, the end pages are all black on both ends, but even like just the finishing touch of how beautifully designed this book is, they did the title page like full open. Like this was absolutely beautiful, and like the cover and the design and everything just makes sense with this book. It's not like a horror or anything like that as I was anticipating, but I stepped away and was like, this book is perfect design-wise for the content inside of it. The second prettiest cover that I bought in 2017 is The Wizards of Once by Cressida Cowell. This book, the cover alone, it's got that like orangey. It's also got a velvety texture feel, and the pages are orange all the way around. They did a beautiful job on that. And then, when you remove the dust jacket, it's so pretty it hurts, really. Like, whoever designed this book, 1,000,000 gold stars to you. The inside also has these gorgeous end pages with these illustrations. There's also a map. And there are a ton of illustrations throughout the book as well. Man, middle grade is really stepping it up with their book design. And their content, too. I mean, I've read some amazing middle grade books this year, but, like, the designing, like, I really want YA to pick up on this more. The next prettiest cover that I bought in 2017 is Alchemists of Loom by Lise Kova. The sequel book, Dragons of Nova, is just as pretty. And I anticipate the third book, The Rebels of Gold, that comes out in December to be just as pretty. I've seen the cover, and I'm so excited for that to be on my shelf. Not only is this, like, an amazingly designed cover, it's a dark, gritty, sexy, steampunky book. The cover is just perfect. Like, the second one as well it just continues on this theme. Actually, I have it. So this is the sequel, the Dragons of Nova cover, and just like once again, it's a different character, and the third book has that third character. I think it's Florence is her name, and they just kind of continue on this like beautiful design theme. Probably my favorite touch of this book design is the under the dust jacket once again. As someone who spent like 6 years in university getting 2 degrees, and I'm only like 25, I spent a good amount of time in the library. And I still work in the library, but I spent a lot of time in university libraries. I love this like monography, old-timey feel texture of the book. And then the guild signs on here and on the spine as well, they coordinate to the guild signs and logos inside the book. So once again, it's just like transferring that content inside and then putting it on the outside. It's just such a beautiful touch that I'm like so willing to pay a little bit extra for a book when that is included in the design. Roar by Cora Carmack is a beautiful cover. this is one where, like, I normally, like I've said, I don't like it when they have, like, hidden faces of people on book covers. It just kind of seems cheesy and lazy to me. But the designing of, like, the background and, like, just how the typeset of the title and everything, it just makes sense with the book. It's just perfect from the inside to the out. And in this situation, I don't know why in this book specifically, I really liked being able to, like, take that person and then just put that person's, like, this physical person on and connect that way. Under the dust cover too, it's got this really nice crisp creamy white, which actually I really enjoy, and for some reason I feel like it makes sense once again with the book. And then the spine has this, like, pretty shiny purple as well, which I really, really, really love. It just seems kind of, like, boring and lazy if they just put, like, plain black a lot of the time. So this one, again, taking the same typeset from the dust jacket and putting it on the spine as well is just, like, a really, really beautiful touch. Probably the coolest part of this book, too, is I got it in a book box from Shelf Lovers Crate, and it came signed. Not, like, just book plated. Signed! Like, by the author. And authors don't really visit Canada. You know, once in a while, one of them will hit up Toronto and be like, peace, I hit up Canada, bye, guys, and then leave, and then say they've been to Canada, which, if you've been to Toronto and nowhere else, that's not Canada. You're almost in the United States, really, geographically. So, I mean, like, come outside. Actually, Maggie Stiefvater recently, like, went to, like, other places, so big props to her, and I hope some other authors do that, because I would love to get some authors signed, but, like, we don't really ever do anything like that in Canada. There's no book fairs, there's no festivals, nothing like that. So this was, like, I, like, freaked when I saw that. Once again, I want to give 1,000,000 gold stars to the person who designed The Library of Fates by Aditi Khurana. This book was honestly I saw the cover and was like, yeah, I have to buy it. It's not a choice. It's just a need. It really is. Hashtag first world problems. But anyways, I really loved the ombre. Normally, like, orange, pink, and purple can be, like, really conflicting or like kind of cheap and cheesy. But the ombre effect that they did on this was having, like, the orange in the back being actually, like, really subtle and working with the pink. It's honestly so freaking pretty. And they kind of kept that pink-purple contrast with the actual book under the book spine. It's just a plain purple on their outside, which I do like the purple, but, like, the spine itself, it's got that bright, shiny pink with all the same font. And one of the really cool things about that is you'll notice, like, the typeset of it. That is the same typeset used on the inside. It's not... I mean, it's totally still legible. It's just not Times New Roman or Arial, which is, like, pretty refreshing and pretty rare to find in a book itself. So, I bought this book because of the cover, honestly, just purely. I hadn't even... Actually, no. I had read the summary and was like, that sounds pretty cool. Saw the cover and was like, I have to buy that. And then saw the, like, meh Goodreads ratings and was like, doesn't matter, pretty cover, have to buy it. And then I read it, and then I was like, Goodreads is wrong. This book is amazing, so I'm super happy that I let the cover lure me to this one. Glitter by April Lynn Pike. I mean, look at that cover. It's, like, it's offensively, like, attractive. Like, if it were a human being, this would be my significant other. I mean, it's just so freaking pretty. I mean, look at the, like, the ombre of the pink and the purple and the Marie Antoinette. And once again, it does, like, a pretty good job of showing, like, I mean, it's not like, it's not like just a historical fiction book, but it does a pretty good job of showing, like, the, like, kind of hipstery, kind of newy, modern vibes incorporated with the historical aspect of Marie Antoinette. Under the dust cover, too, it's a nice purple, and then the spine, again, they took that same cool typeset, which, again, I don't know why, but after reading the book, I was like, the book has lots of, like, makeup and drugs involved in it, so this typeset just makes sense to me. Like, they did a really good job with that. I'm really glad they took it from the dust jacket and continued that on to the physical book as well. And the last of my prettiest books list of 2017 is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I've seen the UK covers. I'll put that picture right there. I think the UK covers are atrociously ugly. It could be just because I live in another place and it's marketed to those people, but, like, if you've read the book, this cover makes sense. That one doesn't. So this book is super dark and it's, like, Russian-y retelling in, like, rural Tsarist Russia, and, like, it's such a cool book, and it's actually not long, and the sequel's coming out in December. I'm so excited. But, like, this just screams what the book is about to me. I also only, this book only caught my eye originally until, I didn't even hear about it until it already came out. someone posted it on like a group I'm on, was like, hey, has anyone read this? And I would have just kept scrolling if it was that UK cover. This cover made me stop and then Google it, and I was like, oh my god, how do I not own this book already? I'm also someone who generally doesn't like it when undercovers are like, look, this kind of looks normally cheap to me, but it took the black and the blue from the dust cover and put it on here with the gold lettering. This is just a continuation of the same color scheme. Especially with the cost of this book in Canada, I think it was like $40-something. You need to give, you know, the book is short too as well. Not that it's a bad book, but like $40 is an awful lot of money for books. I think the undercover and the dust jacket just did such a good job of taking the story and putting that beautiful cover out there to catch people's eye, and then even with the price point in Canada, to get them to justify purchasing it. And it worked on me. And I have seen the sequel cover, that one there, and it's beautiful, and I am just thrilled, excited to see what the third book of that series is going to look like. The cover I don't think has been revealed yet, but the name was, so I am just mind blown by this series, and specifically like the dust jacket, the actual book itself, and then like the content in it is just, it's just a perfect example of producing a book well with design and content all wrapped up together and working together. So those are my prettiest covers that I have purchased in 2017. What is your prettiest cover? Is there a cover on here that you hadn't seen before and now you want to? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also make sure to click in the description box down below. All of my social media there is linked. If you follow me, I will follow you back.